And yet there is a pervasive unease in our world. A sense that the very forces that have brought us together have created new dangers and made it difficult for any single nation to insulate itself from global forces. As we gather here, an outbreak of Ebola overwhelms public health systems in West Africa and threatens to move rapidly across borders. Russian aggression in Europe recalls the days when large nations trampled small ones in pursuit of territorial ambition. The brutality of terrorists in Syria and Iraq forces us to look into the heart of darkness.
I'd give them the things that they need to both go after the Assad government, but also to have the Iranians and the Russians pay a little price, right? When we were in Iraq, the Iranians were giving weapons to the Shia militia who were killing American soldiers, right? The Iranians were making us pay a price. We need to make the Iranians pay a price in Syria. We need to make the Russians pay a price. The other thing I would do...
We make them pay the price by killing Russians?
Yes.
And killing Iranians?
Yes. Covertly. So you don't tell the world about it, right? You don't stand up at the Pentagon and say, we did this, right? But you make sure they know it in Moscow and Tehran.
The people who...
I want to be clear to those who try to oppose the United States. I want to be clear to those who wish to do us harm. I want to be clear to those around the world who want to destroy our way of life and that of our allies and friends. The United States military, despite all our challenges, despite our op-tempo, despite everything we've been doing, will stop you and we will beat you harder than you've ever been beaten before. We can now, and we will remain in the future, retain the capability to rapidly deploy, and we will destroy any enemy, anywhere, anytime.
We do have options, and we have demonstrated an ability to work outside of the UN to achieve a similar result. So I guess the point is, in this case, I wouldn't rule out multilateral efforts outside of the UN to impose costs on Syria or Russia or others with regard to the situation inside of Syria. We've done that in the past, and I wouldn't take that off the table in terms of the options that the President may consider in this situation.
Est-ce que vous pensez qu'il vous écoute, Vladimir Poutine, sincèrement?
Si on ne pense pas qu'il y a des pressions qu'on peut exercer, je pense que ce n'est pas la peine de parler, ce n'est pas la peine de déposer une résolution comme nous le faisons devant le Conseil de sécurité. Ou alors il faut faire la guerre.
Et faire la guerre à la Russie, c'est pas possible, concrètement.
Je pense que nous ne sommes pas encore dans ce moment-là et je ne crois pas que ce soit ce que nous avons à chercher.
Why haven't we sent a message yet to Putin?
We're sending a message. We have the capacity to do it, and the message
he'll know
it. He'll know it, and it'll be at the time of our choosing, and under the circumstances that have the greatest impact.
Will it be enough, do you think, that it'll get him to back off? I mean, how concerned are you that the country is actually going to question the result of this election?
I am not concerned. The reason I'm not is we're working very closely with all the departments of elections across the country, number one. Number two, the American people are pretty damn resilient. And number three, the capacity to fundamentally alter the election is not what people think. And I tell you what, to the extent that they do, we will be proportional in what we do. And
so a message is going to be sent. Will the public know it?
Hope not.
One of the options that they're going to be discussing is whether to take direct military action against Syrian government targets, government air bases. We understand that that is unlikely because there is a very high risk of possible direct conflict between Russian and U.S. warplanes. One other option that is also being discussed is to provide more robust support for Western-backed rebels who are fighting the regime. This could include the U.S. quietly allowing some Gulf allies to provide them with more forceful weaponry, but that again excludes shoulder air-fired missiles because again there is the very real fear in Washington that ultimately these could be weapons that fall into terrorists' hands, which they don't want.